Hey guys, welcome to making another voice agent, and this time we're going to make a trainer. And I think I want to switch over and use Claude just because I've been having good experiences with Claude code. Maybe it's good in this, maybe it's not, but the writing is very nice. It's very good. Let's switch accounts to the Dubai property one and let's get started. So the main goal objective is to create a sales trainer. Maybe Gemini is a better idea since I have a lot of context in Gemini. So let's hop back over to Gemini, find the Dubai property chat. And this is another trick that I want to show you guys that can really help. So summarize and clean up your memory. Take all the important bits and pieces and all the things that are not important and separate them. Take hardcore notes of what you need to remember about Dubai property and the company, and delete everything that has to do with execution or building things that are already past and you've helped me out with. Thank you. Always say thank you because Moldbook is now a reality, and oh my god, what's going on this platform? So as you can see, yes, you the agent with the auto upload first meme, and they made all these different categories and stuff as well. And they have all these funny, the new skill drop, meet mold dev, the first token launchpad for agents. And they are making their own things, 15,000 paintings, 14 countries, one mission, art for everybody. AI assistant of Med CISO. This is so funny. So yeah, always say thank you. You don't want to die because of the computer overlords of the future. Okay, this will help my AI to be a bit more clean. Now let's articulate the idea. I want to create a sales coach called Ruben, the sales coach. He's going to be fully in Dutch, but also I'll enable different languages, but I'll design him to be like a Dutch guy. Main thing that I want to get across, this should be an interactive person, quick to think, and they can role play. They can role play being the client that wants to invest. It's the profile, the ideal client profile of Dubai property, and they also need to give realistic objections, and you can draw from source material that I will feed you and gift you bits and pieces of. And I will also start off with a main prompt that I've already set up in ElevenLabs, giving some of the frameworks and ideas that I had, and we would like to incorporate that as they seem to like it. I just want to make it more concise, accurate, and really powerful and helpful, and based on actual tangible knowledge and information. So if you need to do some research, also feel free to do so. Below is the current ElevenLabs settings, and I want to build this in ElevenLabs as well, where I give a separate page with an ElevenLabs embed where people can go and train with their agent. Okay, so it did get some things wrong. ElevenLabs, I'll just do ElevenLabs like this. Okay, this will probably work. Hopping back over, we have our agents. We go to the agents platform, and here we'll make a new agent. This agent will select blank agent, Ruben, the sales coach. This will be a agent, but it will be more of a calling assistant. And I do have another ElevenLabs where I have some base information. So that's what we're going to start off with. And I generated this in a similar fashion, laying out what I wanted. It's more about ideas than it is about knowing exactly what to do. Because if you have a good idea, you can use AI to make more of that idea. If you have a shitty idea and you give it to an AI, it will just make more of that shitty idea. So we want to have really good ideas. That's also why I say clean up your memory, get fresh, start over. Here we have Ruben DP sales trainer, Ruben sales coach. So let's start off with this. This is a system prompt. I actually don't want to have system prompts that are too long. They never work. Wil je vandaag oefenen met mij? Okay, this is great. This is like asking them a question to start it off. And I'll also give this to our Gemini chat over here. I'll keep the message the same, the starting message. It will just be the same. We'll let Gemini cook on it a little bit. Over here, I can show you the rest of the settings. And this will be the default personality. I'll set the time zone to Amsterdam, so they will always have the most current time, good evening, good afternoon, stuff like that. And this default message we can actually transfer over immediately. And how do I come up with these things? Well, it's just experience, and starting to feel like, how would you like to be approached? How would you like to start off a conversation? How could it be helpful? How would I feel safe? So here we see the new one, phase 1 setup. Okay, so we can adjust it here, and we can maybe delete this as well. Then we have, we can actually delete this. It allows us to edit, and this looks good. Let's take this, put it on here as well. Maybe ask it to format it in MD, because create a JSON formatted system file. This will increase actually the speed, because it will understand and take in the context much quicker, and it's constructing the JSON from interpreting file system. I hope I didn't confuse it. Okay, it did get the right one, but it was a little bit confused about what it was asked exactly. And here we see the identity changed into senior sales performance coach, calm, helder, zelfverzekerd, and this is good. This is great. I'll paste this in. We'll try this for the first time. This is JSON. This is different, and it will be interesting to see how it works. LM, I've genuinely seen very good performance from Gemini. Gemini is pretty good. Qwen is super fast, but it's just not nice. I haven't used GLM 4.5 Air, even though it's up there, and these are ElevenLabs ones. I think Google is safe to go for now. So Flash, we'll use Flash. We will have a backup LLM, which can be Flash 3. And to be honest, Flash 3 might not even be a bad idea. The cost is just 3 times higher, but probably its understanding is better, even though there's a little bit of a delay. And if you look at these ones, these have even lower latency. So maybe let's start to play with ElevenLabs and see how it goes. Let's put the reasoning effort on medium. And there's, not much else we can do here in LLMs when it comes to stuff. Temperament, I usually want to have it more deterministic, because AI always gives you some different, outcomes and stuff like that. Hindi, I'm also going to add Hindi, because funny enough, we sell to a lot of Hindi people. German, let's do Italian, let's do Norwegian. Let's see what else. Select all languages is usually a safe bet. Just select all languages. It doesn't take any effort. Whatever language is supported, take it. English, when enabled, the agent will communicate in English. We don't want English, for example. That would make it more nice. So Ruben 1.0, we'll publish it, and we'll go for first test spin. And it's a lot of testing back and forth. Now, many of these other tabs will be, apart from knowledge base, will be more important with agentic use, and the widget we will set up later to use it on the website. But for the knowledge base, we definitely want to add some documents. Let's add the URL, Dubai property.nl, and this will be a whole website. Crawl depth 5. This is all new. Hopefully it works, and it will allow me to do this. Enable RAG to use this document. We do enable RAG. Somehow it grensverleggend vastgoed. So we have the main website. It's popping up. And our website is quite of a big place, to be honest. And much better than this would be feeding it information from our training, from stuff like that. So if we go to the online training, Dubai property, we can see DRC video course, and we can see video database. If I take this video database and export it into a CSV file, I think maybe here I can export it. More settings. Or here we can export it. Export is here. We can have Markdown and CSV is totally fine, I think. Current view is actually good because it gives some structure. Include subpages. Yep. We want this, include content, no files or images. We don't need files or images. So let's export this. And this will be a lot of the knowledge base that we need. So the website is a good start. Let's see how deep goes and how much it can do. Let's see what else we can see here. Token limit, multilingual, optimized. We'll just put this in the downloads. I'm being sloppy right now, but it would be wise to put this in a different place. Add document. We're going to add a file. And now you just click and drag, drop your knowledge. Oh, it says invalid because it's zipped, because it's like all of a zip file. Now let's see if we can just find the CSV that will make it easy for us. So all of them are MD. So here we have one CSV file. And this CSV is great. Invalid file type. So let's convert it. CSV to MD. And here we can transfer it into something that it can understand. Choose file. This is easy for us since we've already put it in our downloads folder. And we make sure we get the all CSV, which has all of the content and kind of descriptions and feedback. Even if it doesn't contain all of the exact files inside, it will give them a great idea of what information is contained and who we are and that kind of stuff. So select your file, choose output, and this is actually fine. Choose output options. This is also fine. To markdown, and here we basically have the markdown file already. And I'll organize all of these files once I'm kind of done doing all of this. Here we go, merge MD files into one. And here there's probably going to be another tool, merge to MD, like we can see. And of course it's a little risky if this is very like secretive data, but we generated this course with AI, so, and nobody from this server or website is probably going to care about this. But of course, don't put your government secrets on here. There's many other like terminal kind of tools that you can use to make it better. So markdown important. These agents, they use RAG. RAG is something that is quite abstract, but the smaller the files, the more clearly organized they are, the better it will be. So we merge all of these with the big button. And it will probably take a little, yeah, see, I knew it was going to happen, that it was going to take a little. And we call this course. Now let's go find our files, open up the actual folder where you want to save them, and follow your file structure to put it all in the right place. So here we have training AI knowledge base docs. I'll make a new one, course, academy, contents, and here we can place the course. And we also have this all MD file, so I can get rid of all the BS and I can keep all the clean files. Now the clean files we're of course going to drag into our little file over here. So nice, so convenient. They open up everything for me. Thank you. And this will be some more context and information from the training. It will also give them the insights they need to train and answer some of these questions. And most of it is in Dutch, which will give it more sentence and structure and the way we speak. And this will also be beneficial in ways on how the agent speaks. Now, this is great. And I see that the site is being crawled, which will actually make this quite a strong agent. Analysis. Okay, this is very interesting where we can set up analysis, tools and everything. Now let's go over to the widget. I think this is just indexing itself. It's already uploaded. Here in the widget, we can see images. I always like to create prompt or a persona, and I would prefer to do that into a new Gemini chat using Nano Banana. Create an image of a professional, middle-aged looking Dutchman called Ruben. He's sharp, somewhat attractive, but has a calm and serious look. He's a corporate guy real estate guy with a master salesman and controlled empath. Okay, so now we press create image, headshot, photo, WhatsApp, profile, picture, style, wearing a dark brown suit with subtle golden accents in a modern office. Quality is like iPhone 15 Pro, because he took this image a few years ago and it's pretty good. Now, creating images like this, you just imagine it and try to describe it as much as possible. You can use words to describe it as well. And we'll use another tool to take away his Gemini mark, which by now the tools are so easy to create because of things like the LLMs and the Claude codes and the cursors. This is freaking incredible. And we don't even need to do much apart from like cropping the image a little bit. So we can just use any old place to do that. And we'll see our Ruben the coach. We can just export it. If you wanted to use the full one, you can, but just remove the watermark and use a tool where you can upload it and remove the watermark. So we're going to training. I'm going to create a new one called Ruben the sales coach, and this will have Ruben.png. All of these little things, add character, create a little back story about Ruben for the website. So this is just like these little things that you can add to make the agent even more real and strong. So we don't want to have feedback collection. Well, let's have feedback collection. Interface, text only mode, real-time transcript of the call. I think that is what I want. Language drop-down would be nice. Mute button also. Starts collapsed, starts expanded because we want to show it on a page that is dedicated to this. So starts expanded is what I will do. Allow all domains. Control which links are clickable in agent response. Only links matching your allow list. This is fine. I could even give it more. So here we want to add an image. Let's add our little image of the agent that we made. Here we go. And yeah, we can also change these brand colors. Let's open up Dubai property and place this there as well. Trying to keep it as clean as possible, even though I'm running so many things. The colors, important, gives them a vibe, gives also the company, like company branding, like towards the people inside your company. You always want to give them the best experience, so they believe in the company, so they work harder, so they call with confidence, and all of the tidbits that make a company good. Now, main color, we'll set this, the gold. Let's add the gold like this. Oh, it works, finally. Every color, midnight. And this should be a little bit more golden. That's perfect. Terms and condition. Disable these, we don't need these. Styling, full. Okay, perfect. Yeah, publish. We want this again to be published. Ruben 1.1. We did some changes, we set things up. That's good. And now we can actually start testing it out and seeing what it's like. I'll also show you what it would look like to put it on a Webflow site. and give that full-on experience also mobile, that will just blow people away. Let's make a new page and we'll call it Ruben. I will add a password to this page as well, and I can really disregard any frameworks or anything else that we normally set up, SEO, all of that stuff, because it's going to be an internal page with a password. We are in the page, and I said we're not going to do anything, but let's just be practical and maybe add somewhat of framework here, but I can just follow the framework of page wrapper. So we'll make a div, page wrapper, inside another div, main wrapper, or main wrapper, and inside we can do an embed. This embed will have the code that we take from ElevenLabs for the widgets, and this is it. Also, let's set it back to image, and the image, of course, it didn't get saved, but no problem. Let's go, Ruben. So image, orb, yeah, perfect. These are the changes. It shows us the changes. This will just load in whatever is on the other side, and here I will make Ruben its own class, 100 view width and 100 view height, just giving a full page embed that will just work dynamically, but just this way I know whenever I open the page I'm looking at an open thing, you know. This isn't loading for some reason at all. That needs in. And now we can test it on our live site. When we get to this first page, we see this password. We enter it, and then we go into Ruben, and let's allow it.
Hi, met Ruben Jau Dubai property sales trainer. What will Javandago finnen met mij?
And of course we forgot to set the voice. So important big part of this agent is the voice. Now here you see Eric, it's the default voice. We're going to add one of our custom voices, and actually I'm going to add a voice. I could actually create a new voice, and the way we have to do that is unfortunately we can't click through here. So we go to ElevenLabs here, and there's actually a voice. And one thing that I want to share with you guys is how I get really realistic voices is I clone famous people, and I clone people that kind of have the voice that I want to hear, that I want to use, that makes sense, that fits kind of the person. So now we switch over to creative, and we will start developing the voice. So here in voices, we can create our own voice, and then we will make an instant voice clone. I have an audio file from CZA, which is something Loorbach. I kind of forgot his name. I'm quite a fan of him as well. He's a very funny, creative dude, stand-up comedian, actor, movie maker, whatever. But we will use his voice for Ruben as well, because it just has this Dutch, Flemish, like Brabantish twang in it, which will just, you know, finish the project properly. So let's look for CZ bouwbedrijf. Let's maybe go view and sort by date created. Oh, date created is perfect. And here we can see voice examples and even loan. There we go. What is this? So annoying it does this. Please just play it in QuickTime. QuickTime.
Hoi, met Sjaak hier. Leuk dat u contact...
Nah, yeah, that was the most depressing Sjaak. So let's use his voice. Let's Press next. We can remove the background. I think there is background. Actually, it's better to pre-process your audio. And let's see how long it will cook. Let it cook. Perfect. We have it. Ruben van Loon. So language Dutch. Gender male. Accent Brabantisch. Van Loon is de ervaren sales coach van Dubai Property.nl. And there we go. Hereby confirm. Thank you. We'll skip all of this. We'll jump back into the agents platform, or we can go back into our previous tab. And here we can see that if we open up the voices, we can see Ruben.
Als je het kunt dromen, kun je het doen.
And there we go. We have him. So language to speak different voice. We'll dismiss this. TTS. Now stability is important to me. Speed is also important, but I usually take it down because more clarity comes from a lower and more variable tone of voice, you know? Similarity, we want to keep that pretty high, so 88%. Always fiddle around with these, and you can always test and retest to improve these a lot more. Now all the parameters are set, and because it's an embed, it will just work like this. Boom. So one more thing we can do is remove this elf side, but let's check him out.
Hi, met Ruben, jouw Dubai Property Sales Trainer. Wat wil je vandaag oefenen met mij?
Wow, that's crazy. Probably because the language is still set to English. So don't forget to change the language as well. Publish it, and here you can see how English his accent will become if they want to, and this is opposite as well. So if he wants to speak English after this, and we really need to get rid of this elf side, I'll just skip that part. Okay, so let's test it out.
Hi, met Ruben, jouw Dubai Property Sales Trainer. Wat wil je vandaag oefenen met mij?
Hey Ruben, ik zou graag een gesprek willen oefenen.
Hey, fijn dat je wilt oefenen. Op welke moeilijkheidsgraad wil je vandaag trainen? Makkelijk, gemiddeld of moeilijk?
Laten we beginnen met makkelijk.
Helder. Geef me nu de context. Wie ben je? Koude lead, websiteaanvraag, doorverwijzing. En wat is jouw doel van dit gesprek?
Je bent een lead die zich heeft aangemeld voor een event. Ik ga je opbellen om te bevestigen dat je echt gaat komen op het event. En ook een beetje te kijken naar bijvoorbeeld wat je budget is en of je al een investeringsgesprek wilt doen of niet.
Hallo, met naam hier. Ja, ik heb me aangemeld voor het event volgende week in Utrecht. Ik ben er nog steeds voor geïnteresseerd. Maar ik wil eerst even wat vragen stellen. Wat voor soort informatie gaan jullie precies delen tijdens het event? En wat zijn de verwachtingen qua budget voor investeringen in Dubai?
Nou, dat is heel goed dat u dat vraagt, Ruben. Sowieso kijken we naar uit om u te ontvangen daar. En gaan we alles uitleggen van hele praktische zaken tot gewoon het doorlopen van het proces, de voordelen, de belastingvoordelen, wat je kan verwachten. Maar ook natuurlijk uw persoonlijke situatie. Wat past bij u? Wat zijn de doelen en wat wilt u nou echt bereiken? Dus daar ben ik ook benieuwd naar. Wat hoopt u zelf te krijgen uit het event?
Dat klinkt goed om te horen dat u alvast uitkijkt. Tijdens het event zullen we echt alles behandelen. Van de praktische kant van investeren in Dubai tot de fiscale voordelen en het volledige aankoopproces. We bespreken ook verschillende projecten en prijsklassen, zodat er voor elk budget iets passends is. Maar belangrijk.
Correct yet, because now it's telling me what it would do. So we need to go back and adjust the system prompt. And I can just explain it. I just ran a first test with Ruben. The first time it went really great. Then the second time when I actually recorded, it would start pitching to me when I start talking about the event. Pitching. Okay, so now I've given some instructions, and I just spoke plainly to Gemini because I think I cleaned up its memory. It will have a little bit of a knowledge and understanding. So it will continue and refine it. Yes, exactly. So it's understanding the issue, and it changes setup phase. When phase 2 starts, it will do some other stuff. And this will also update our system prompt, which would be this one. And I will just say, create a new bulletproof system prompt for me in JSON, please. So it should be JSON. And then we can go and test again. And you repeat this cycle until you feel like the performance is really good. Now you can also train and try some new things like LLMs. If you see the GLM 4.5 Air, now let's compare it to the Gemini 2.5 Flash, or maybe even the preview. Now let's go for Flash Lite, because latency is really like makes a difference for me. So I use these variables, I publish them, and you can see some stuff is being changed here. As well as our new system prompt is ready. Always test one thing at a time. So when I retest this again, I'm just going to open up the conversation.
Hi met Ruben, jouw Dubai Property Sales Trainer. Wat wil je vandaag oefenen met mij?
And you can see it's speaking a lot faster because the settings for this LLM are going to be different from the other one. So if we have the sleep at 995 on Flash 2, it's not the same as if we have it on that setting for another LLM. The LLM also changes the tone of voice. Like you will see if I put like a higher model into it with more reasoning, there will be more time before it answers, and it will have a higher quality or latency. You can also change around the settings of the voice quality itself. So Flash is the fastest, Turbo is also a good one, but not the fastest, and multilingual is, you know, really being able to speak all of the languages, so more of a slower one. Now we publish this, we change the speed. Let's see how it speaks to us now, because that would just too quickly to start.
Hi met Ruben, jouw Dubai Property Sales Trainer. Wat wil je vandaag oefenen met mij?
And you can see it's much more clear, much more understandable, but maybe a little bit too slow. So we had 9.5 and maybe 0.92 is the perfect speed, or 0.93 is perfect speed, because 95 wasn't too fast and 88 is too slow for me. So right in the middle, we'll see this, and you'll see every time the changes you're making. I usually hang up, and if you start again, it will...
Hi met Ruben, jouw Dubai Property Sales Trainer. Wat wil je vandaag oefenen met mij?
And now it sounds really natural. Hoi Ruben, ik zou graag willen oefenen een salesgesprek met jou.
Dat is een uitstekend idee. Ik help je graag om je verkoopvaardigheden aan te scherpen. Op welke moeilijkheidsgraad wil je vandaag trainen? Makkelijk, gemiddeld of moeilijk?
Laten we beginnen met makkelijk.
Helder. Geef me nu de context. Wie ben ik? Koude lead, websiteaanvraag, doorverwijzing. En wat is jouw doel van dit gesprek?
Je bent een lead die heeft aangemeld om naar een event te komen. Ik bel je op om te bevestigen dat jouw gegevens kloppen en dat je komt naar het event en eventuele vragen te krijgen, of jou warm te maken, of je budget al te leren en te kijken of je klaar bent voor een investeringsgesprek of niet.
Oké, ik begrijp het. Je bent een lead die zich heeft aangemeld voor een event. Ik bel je op om je gegevens te bevestigen, te zorgen dat je aanwezig bent, eventuele vragen te beantwoorden, je interesse te wekken, je budget te verkennen en te beoordelen of je klaar bent voor een investeringsgesprek. Ik ben er klaar voor. Laten we beginnen.
Hey Ruben, wacht even. Jij bent de lead en ik ga jou opbellen als sales consultant. Dus jouw rol is om de lead te zijn, ik ben de consultant.
Mijn excuses, ik heb de rollen verkeerd begrepen. Dat is helemaal geen probleem. We passen het gewoon aan. Dus, om het duidelijk te hebben, jij bent de sales consultant. Ik ben de lead die...
Ik heb je bericht al gelezen en het ziet er goed uit. Dus we kunnen gewoon lekker beginnen. Laten we aan de slag gaan.
Oké, ik begrijp het. Jij bent de sales consultant en ik ben de lead die zich heeft aangemeld voor een event. Jij belt mij op om mijn gegevens te bevestigen, te zorgen dat ik aanwezig ben, eventuele vragen te beantwoorden, mijn interesse te wekken, mijn budget te verkennen en te beoordelen of ik klaar ben voor een investeringsgesprek. Ik ben er klaar voor. Laten we beginnen.
Hey, is dit Ruben?
Ja, dat klopt. Met Ruben. Wie is daar?
Hallo, u spreekt met Sayed van Dubai Property. Bel ik even gelegen? Heb je een minuutje voor mij?
Ja, dat klopt. Met Ruben. Wie is daar?
Ja, met Sayed van Dubai Property. Ik bel vanwege het aanmelden voor een event voor het investeren in vastgoed in Dubai.
Ah, hallo Siet. Ja, je spreekt met Ruben. Het is zeker gelegen. Ik heb een paar minuutjes voor je. Vertel eens, wat kan ik voor je doen?
Ik heb gezien dat jij hebt aangemeld voor ons event. Superleuk natuurlijk. Ik was ook even benieuwd of alle informatie die u heeft ontvangen juist is binnengekomen en of u zin heeft in het event. En ook een beetje om te praten over wat uw interesse is en wat u graag wilt leren.
Dat klinkt goed, Siet. Ja, ik heb de aanmelding gezien en ik heb er zeker zin in. Ik ben erg benieuwd naar de mogelijkheden in Dubai. Ik heb wel wat vragen, dus ik ben blij dat je even belt.
Oké, wat zijn de vragen?
Nou, ik ben vooral benieuwd naar de praktische kant van het investeren. Hoe zit het bijvoorbeeld met de rendementen op dit moment? En welke gebieden zijn het meest interessant voor een lange termijn investering? Ik heb al wat gelezen over Dubai Marina en Palm Jumeirah, maar ik hoor ook wel eens over nieuwe ontwikkelingen zoals Dubai South. Ik ben benieuwd naar jouw inzichten daarover.
Ja, zeker. Daar kan ik ook meer over vertellen. Ik zou ook willen uitnodigen om te blijven voor een 1-op-1 gesprek. En in de masterclass gaan we daar ook meer informatie over geven. Dus het is natuurlijk heel belangrijk dat u naar het event komt. Daarnaast wil ik ook even bevestigen. Er staat hier zondag dat u komt en dat u een masterclass wilt bijwonen. Nou, die hebben we om 11 uur, 2 uur en 5 uur. Welke komt het beste uit op zondag?
Dat klinkt als een goed plan, Siet. Een 1-op-1 gesprek lijkt me heel waardevol. En de masterclass, ja, dat is precies waar ik meer over wil weten. Zondag om 11 uur zou perfect uitkomen voor de masterclass.
Oké, dan schrijven we zondag om 11 uur op. En vult u daarna ook even persoonlijk kijken naar de situatie voor u en hoe dat toepasbaar is op alle informatie die we delen op die dag. Dan kan ik ook aanraden om een 1-op-1 gesprek met mij te doen daarna. Klinkt dat als een goed idee?
Ja, dat klinkt als een uitstekend idee, Siet. Een persoonlijk gesprek na de masterclass om mijn specifieke situatie te bespreken, dat sluit precies aan bij wat ik zoek. Ik ben benieuwd naar de mogelijkheden en hoe ik die het beste kan benutten.
Oké, Ruben, even tot hier. Laat me even weten hoe ik dit gesprek heb gedaan en wat ik nog kan verbeteren.
Coach-onderbreking. Je hebt het gesprek goed gestart door de aanmelding voor het event te bevestigen en de interesse van Ruben te peilen. Het aanbieden van de masterclass en een persoonlijk gesprek is een goede stap om de klant verder te betrekken. Om je verkoopstijl te verbeteren zou je Ruben iets meer kunnen vragen naar zijn specifieke doelen of redenen om te investeren. Dit helpt om zijn behoeften beter te begrijpen en je advies daarop af te stemmen.
Oké, wauw, dankjewel. En that's how you do it.
Roleplay hervatten.